But I would happily tell you that not only Team South, the entire Amway India Enterprises ILS team is behind you to support you to get into that level of solution providing. Right? So from here on, you will see many solution-based sessions happening. It will not be only on product-based. So you can divide our sessions into three categories. One will be definitely only on products. Like we will talk about only about eye candy, only about ILT module of Neutralite or beauty range of Neutralite of Amway, all that. Those are only about products. What can you expect there? You can expect there on the product features, benefits, how to use, when to use, all that. Only on products. Nothing beyond that. There is one other set of product or session called skill-based session, where you will learn only about how to sell the product. How to sell the product, what to showcase there, what to talk, what behavior should I carry, what attitude I should have. So all that will be dealt in skill session. Now, if you see, my dear friend, there is a huge gap in between. You have a product, you know how to sell it, but there is a gap. Somehow we are missing on whom to sell it. Did you see? Whom to sell it is missing there. And in that process, we want to sell it to everybody, and maybe we are not doing a great job in terms of giving it to the right set of people. There are a set of people, right set of people who need the product, who are waiting for that information. Just because we wanted to cater to everybody, we are missing out on those big lots. And that is why even in medicine, you see there are certain specialists. Every doctor is capable to handle any case, but there are specialists that he is a cardiologist, he is a diabetologist, he or she is a neurologist. Why so? Because they can be capable of anything, but the specialization puts them to the next level and can go deeper to analyze what is the problem there. So that way, my dear friends, today, this is one session which we have started, and I'm sure we will go for further sessions very soon. So above 9% today, we have a very important announcement happening. So let me see if I can, complete by that. It's the module as such. The module is not that big. It's a decent small module, but your understanding is very, very important, and I'll ensure that you understand it better and you get the crux of it. You get the crux of what I tell you. Right? Yeah. So energy and strength is the first topic that we are dealing with. You might feel what topic it is. It's all very common topic. We know all this. We have been doing in the field. Yes, we wanted to take the one that you are already doing in the field, because we don't want you to shift from where you are. We always believe from ILS that somebody can learn better from what they know better. Now that you know what to take for energy and strength, so product wise you are very comfortable. So we are just trying to inculcate the extra fittings there. What other questions you may ask, what other things that you may see. So what is the difference between a general session and a solution based session? In general sessions, my dear friends, all our modules will start with the concept, like what is the problem and what are the products that we have, like heart health, bone health, all these kind of, I would say, solution based, kind of. But any solution based module will be more of holistic approach. When I say holistic approach, say for weight management, when I say holistic approach, diet management only cannot be a choice. Nobody on earth says be on diet and you can reduce your weight. If somebody has said that, they are wrong, absolutely wrong. There's so many things that are attached to it. Particularly when it comes to weight management, diet is a part of it. There should be proper exercise, there should be proper sleep. If sleep get disturbed, again, diet management cannot be possible. They should control on their sweet tooth. They should control on what they drink, beverages, and definitely they should look after their depression levels or motivation levels, however you want to call. They should be hydrated, and diet is a part of it. Diet is definitely a part of it. Nobody says without diet, diet is a part of it. So, likewise, when it comes to energy and strength, also, my dear friends, it's a holistic approach where we wanted to know what is happening there, what good thing is happening there. Fine. So, we want you to recognize the importance of food in our lives, explain how the body digests and convert the food into energy, which is said to be metabolism. We call that as converting food into fuel is called metabolism. Describe the role of nutrients in our body and identify the various nutrient supplements that help in providing energy and strength to us. So we will get to all these learning objects. Fine? Yeah. Now let us see what our body needs in terms of energy every day. What would our body need? When we talk about our body needs, my dear friends, body needs, particularly for energy, is like recharging the battery. You have a mobile phone, you recharged it, the battery yesterday. Won't you do it today also? Why should you do it today? Because the battery discharges. So we have to. Likewise, energy in our body discharges. It cannot be at the same level every time. When it discharges, we have to keep charging it again. So that's the norm. It happens. So why is this energy required? Growing kids require energy for growth spurt, bone development, maturation. So kids need energy. Adults need energy for physical, physically active and healthy. And old people require energy for maintaining good health and prevention from all the diseases. And for adults, it is mainly for kids, it is for growth and development. For adults, it is maintenance and repair. And for older people, it's more of maintenance. That's how, energy can be looked upon as. Energy is very important for all of us. So when we talk about energy, my dear friend, we all know energy comes from food. There is no other way that energy can come from. Energy can't come from anywhere. It has to be taken orally. Whatever you take orally will get converted to energy. How it converts, we will see. So food is fuel. So it is important that we know what we are taking. For any kind of energy, what we are taking is very important. So how do we know that what we are taking is converting into energy? We all know food provides us energy in the form of calories. Okay. So whatever nutrients we take, all these nutrients are in terms of gram. We don't measure them in calories. We take in terms of grams, but once it gets metabolized, converts into energy, it converts into calories. Say example, your protein, one carbohydrate, 1 gram of carbohydrate is equal to 4 calories. Protein, 1 gram of protein is equal to 4 calories. And your fat, 1 gram of fat is equal to 9 calories. Fine. So this is how it is measured. Once it gets converted, assimilated, and body utilizes it. So it gets converted into calories. Fine. Yeah. Now, calories are essential. We all know the key is making the right choices. When we talk about energy and strength, how well we can choose our calories and consume the right amount of calories. That's the crux here. Are we doing it right? Is very important. So when you go and sit with somebody, first of all, how to identify somebody with less energy. So that's the first point. When you are a solution provider, how to identify. You can't go and ask, are you with good energy today? They'll say, oh, yes, top of the world. No, that is not energy. Once you start conversing with them, it comes with a relationship, my dear friends. It's very difficult with a stranger. Very difficult to be a solution provider for a stranger for energy nutrition or energy and strength. But it is very common. I personally would like you all to look into your own family members to practice and then get into the field. Okay. Get into your family members. If you see, all the family members, your own family members will not be the same every day. One day they will be, the very happy, joyful, and they feel very energetic. And you can see their energy levels, all that. They'll ask you if they can support you in cooking, if they can support you in whatever work you want, whatever. One day, even if you request, they won't come. So there are a lot of reasons for that. Lot of reasons. So energy is not only associated with the physical, it is also associated with the mental. So how many of us understand that is very important. That's why I said when we look at the holistic approach is not only giving, dietary supplements and say, take, you will be all right. It cannot be that way. So it could be associated to mental also. So once you know that it is not because of mental, if it is with mental, we will deal with that separately. If you know it is typically with the physical things, maybe the person has worked so much and feeling very tired. So energy is drained, energy is lost. There's no energy. And we have to, it's very easy to boost the energy immediately. Not about that. It is about sustained energy, how to sustain that energy, keep that energy going on. And they should come back and give you a feedback saying, hey, I'm feeling much better now. So how to do that? Right? So first look at the calories that they take. How many calories are they taking on a daily basis? For which you should understand the BMR. What is BMR? Base metabolic rate or body metabolic rate. Okay. So at what rate the body metabolizes and what is the calorie that they should consume on a regular basis? It differs from people to people, person to person. Fine. So it cannot be the same. My BMR would be definitely different from yours. My consumption would be definitely different from yours. So it is important that you know the BMR of the person. So ask them if they know their BMR. If they don't know, I would say for solution based, it's better to get looking into reports. Don't go by hearsay. Don't go by, whatever they know, whatever they have understood. It's all better to be with scientific backup. Fine. So you will not be surprised. At least I will not be surprised tomorrow if Amway says, we will do a checkup for thyroid. We will do a checkup for, diabetic before we recommend a supplement to them. There's nothing wrong in that. And with vitamin D launch, how many people went and got tested? That is when they got to know their numbers are not 30. Their numbers are pathetic in single digit. I got a shock of my life. I thought I will be all right with everything, taking daily for years together now. It was not. So this is how it is. So it's always better to at least give them, a thought that the BMR is very important. If not that day, they will look at it some other day, but they will understand that BMR is calculated and BMR is very necessary. Right? And where does the energy comes from? It comes from calories. But one biggest problem with calorie is if there is excess consumption of calorie, it will get stored as fat in our body and nowhere the body can store it as calorie itself. It gets converted into fat and stays as fat in our body. And we will not get the required energy to perform daily activities. Fine. So that is the biggest challenge, which people are not aware. Fine. So people think, okay, I'm taking, particularly who are into weight management, because weight management and energy is highly linked with each other. So people think, okay, yesterday I took so much and today I'll starve myself. No. What happens is whatever has been consumed yesterday, it will be utilized for yesterday and remaining will get stored in the form of fat and it will never, stay as calories and support us for today. Likewise, if the calorie is less, if we do not consume what is required for today, that is when we become tired because the body cannot take from what has been deposited yesterday. So it is important that we take our calories on a regular basis, whatever is supposed to take. And one tip here is ensure that you take 50% of the recommended calories before mid-morning. Fine, which is say even before touching noon. Why I tell you specifically this is, of late you might have seen many people getting into this practice called brunch. No breakfast, directly lunch and dinner. That's okay. As long as they know how to manage their diet, that's okay. But that brunch should not go up to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So body needs energy, and that energy should come at the earliest in the morning. So breakfast was called breakfast because we are breaking the fasting. So it's always better to give the early hours. If it is a little delayed, that's okay, but it should be before mid morning so that the body can convert into energy and stay energetic throughout. Fine. So this is one important thing. So when you talk about energy to somebody, first calculate the calories that they are supposed to take. If you do not personally know how to calculate, no issues. Just check with them what they consume on a regular basis. See if there is more of calorie consumption or less calorie consumption, which you can very easily make out with the food that they tell. You know, say if I'm a person who say I take about 8 idlis in the morning with sambar and chutney and one coffee after that, and early in the morning I take 2 coffees, and about 11 o'clock in the afternoon I take a good snack. It could be vada or bhaji, and then I go to lunch, and proper lunch I have a very proper meal with sambar, rasam, and curd rice and all that, with two curries and all that. And in the evening, always with tea, I want a snack, and that snack should be fried, oil fried. I love taking snacks in the evening, so I do that. And around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I have a proper dinner, which will be with again 2 rotis and a cup of rice with 2 vegetables. Now you know my calorie consumption. I need not tell you. I need not tell you. And looking at the person, you can make out what calorie consumption would have gone and how healthy they eat. So this is how you have to at least make them realize that what they do is right or wrong. Fine. So that's about calories. One tip is here is ensure the calorie is spread throughout the day, and ensure that they take 50% of the required calories before mid morning. So that's one very important tip when we talk about energy. Fine. Yeah. So most of the time, where do we lose our energy? People think that they lose the energy during workout. Okay, there can be a big debate on it. Is it true, false? Because there are some people who feel very energetic after a workout. They feel very energetic after a workout. I can show you people. There are some people who get drained out after a workout. They work out, hog there like anything, and then they come back here and happily go for a nap. Right? So they see energy drain. So these things tend to happen when, and you as a solution provider should understand where they lose their energy. Which is the energy drainer in their body. So if people feel it could be because of excess travel, it could be because of excess work or excess workout, whatever it is, immediately your suggestion to them should be in a different way. Okay. Ask them to hydrate immediately. Check if their hydration level is considerably less. And science has proved many a times that people who get less energy, after a workout, after heavy work, is because they are dehydrated. So now it's time for you to think which is the best choice of beverage after a workout. Quick, soda drink, milk, water. Can I see some blinks of chat box? Soda drink, milk, or water? Which is the right choice after a workout? Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. I'm getting water as the answer. And yes, of course, water is the right answer. Soda drink is also there. Milk is also there. Milk is considered to be a good nutritious food. And soda water, we all know it is aerated, but definitely a fluid. Why not we consider that? You know, after any workout, after any work, tiring work that we do, water is very important. In fact, it's an important nutrient, though it doesn't fall in the category of nutrient. It is very important since it acts as an emulsifier. What is an emulsifier? Something which dilutes the important thing and spreads it everywhere. Okay, so it's an emulsifier. So that way, if you have seen, a thinner in the paint, thinner is a very good emulsifier. Likewise, it does not give any calories. It's very fundamental for all the people on earth, though it doesn't carry any nutritious value, but no calories as such. But then it's important. No life on earth can live without water. It's a very clean, clear, colorless, tasteless, odorless liquid, and water gives us the required energy that we need after a workout. Fine. It gives us required energy that we need. So water is very important, and keeping us hydrated is very, very, very important. But why do we need water? At that point in time, we are talking about energy. So there are certain nutrients which goes to the body and which has to be transported throughout the body, my dear friends. And for transporting throughout the body, water is a major uh, component which has to carry. And we all know, can somebody guess how many percentage of our body is made of water? Body is made up of many components. There are proteins, there are muscles, tissues, so many things are there. Water is also there as an important part. Can you tell me? If you had attended our sessions, you know. Okay, exactly. I get rough numbers. It's in many slides of Amway Neutralite. Okay, fine. 62% of our body is made up of water. So I can take even 60 and 70, which is the close number, but still 62%, exactly 62% is our body of a body is water. Fine. Yeah. So when so much of water is there, you know the importance of it, why it is. So when that dehydrates, when that level comes down, a body, it cannot be energetic as we think. So we have to also look at the water levels in the body. So why are we talking about all this? We have not come to the product at all. See, going and selling a product is just an easy task. It's more of a task. We don't want you to be a taskmaster. We want you to be a solution provider where you can give them amazing solutions. Fine. Now, first question, you would have asked about their calories, make them think about it. Second question, you would have asked them how much of water do they consume on a daily basis. Now, how much of water should we consume? It is said 3 liters of water on a daily basis will keep us energetic. 3 liters. Fine. During summers, if you need a little more, you can go ahead. There is a set of people who believe that water is a diuretic, which means it brings all the nutrients out of the body. Not necessarily for everybody and not necessarily all the time. Fine. When body needs water, a lot of time body can store water, and yes, it flushes. It flushes the excess. Fine. So we don't have, then where is the excess? Don't worry about all that. And 3 liters minimum is what has to be consumed on a daily basis. Yeah. Now coming on to the next one. There's a lot of myth on snack and energy. You might have seen energy bars very commonly available in the market. Okay. Can snacks give us energy? Number one, if they can give, out of these snacks, which one would you choose for energy? 250 grams of potato chips, 250 grams of chocolate bar, and 500 ml of protein milkshake. Which would be better for a good energy? To get good energy, which would be a good choice? Think and answer, my dear friends. Okay. Lavanya Sridhar has said one answer. Yeah. Okay. Let us see. Protein milkshake. Yeah. Many of us would think, I know there was a small confusion there amongst people. When they saw this chocolate bar, people thought, yeah, I have also seen people taking chocolate, for energy. Is that the right choice? There's nothing wrong in that. It was a good choice, definitely. But when you want to also take calories into consideration, your choice of food should be better. So that way, protein shake would be a great choice. So 1 to 2 servings of protein powder in the form of yummy protein shake will make a very good choice than taking 250 grams of chocolate bar. Fine. So that's how we make the right choice. Yeah. So now, you start your conversation with talking a little about calorie, you talk a little about hydration, you talk a little about good snacking habits. So people start believing in you that, you know something about energy. First of all, you should showcase your energy. That's very important. That's very important. Right? Yeah. And then slowly, you understand how it works. So as a distributor, you should understand how it works. So we come to how the body forms energy or gets its energy. Our body survives on energy that is created by cells. We all know cells only give us energy. Without cells, our body will not have energy. So where do the energy goes to the cell? It goes to the cell through nutrients. We also know that. So if it can go to these cells, nutrients are supportive. It can very well support us also. No, why should it go to the cell and cell gives us energy? Because nutrients cannot be directly, taken from food by the cells. Cells cannot take nutrients directly. They take it in different form, and that gets converted into energy, comes back to us. Fine. So what we eat in our food it has to go through various organs. It cannot just like that go to the cell and convert into energy. There's big process which is happening. Absolutely big process. So it gets into many organs. It gets into digestive juices. And it is said there are about 300 enzymes which are produced in the body before it gets assimilated. And then it has to get converted into energy. So if you ask me about the process, here is the process. So first we eat whatever. Eating is the only choice for energy. There's no shortcut method. Of course, there are methods which is not required by a common person. Maybe if you are not conscious or hospitalized and all that, that goes in a different form through IV. There are so many methods doctors use. But for a common person, the energy should come only from what we eat. So our teeth and tongue help us to grind the food into smaller substances. So the first level is the teeth and the tongue. And, believe me, my dear friends, whatever we chew here is of great support for better assimilation. So make use of this area very, very well. Make use of this area. Then the saliva, which mixes into the food, that makes the food mushy, and food enters in the semi-solid state into the stomach. The stomach there squeezes. You might have seen the washing machine, how it rotates in all the directions to wash the clothes. Like that, our stomach squeezes the food in different directions. Stomach also adds a strong acid, a very strong acid to the food. So we know hydrochloric acid enters into, or the bile acid enters into this. So in the small intestine, the food is broken into smaller particles that they can pass into bloodstream. From the small intestine, they pass to the bloodstream. There are certain food which cannot directly pass from the small intestine to the bloodstream. So they go to the large intestine. Okay. Particularly the liquid form of it. Liquid passes out of the large intestine into the bloodstream. And, so simply speaking, all the solid ones go through the small intestine. All the liquid ones go through the large intestine. And whatever is undigested, they go as waste from the body into the large intestine, and they are thrown out of the body. Even there, whatever could be absorbed, particularly the water could be absorbed. Water is absorbed and the solid waste is thrown out of the body. This is the process how the food gets digested. So this is very, very important, which has to happen on a daily basis. If it doesn't happen, even there is an energy loss. If you see an energy loss, it could be because this process is not happening properly in the body. The metabolism, the digestion and the metabolism is not happening properly in the body. Simply speaking, what is metabolism? Converting food into fuel. Your food has to get converted to fuel. The whole process is called metabolism. So when that doesn't happen, there is an energy loss. Right? Yeah. Remember, I told you cells cannot take nutrients directly. So how will they take? They will get into the cells in the form of sugar, protein, and fat. These are the forms in which it can go to the cells. So much of the breakdown happens with the tiny enclosures inside the cell called mitochondria. Every cell has many important things inside them. DNA, they have nucleus, they have mitochondria. There are so many inside the cell. Of course, everything floats on water. So this mitochondria works like a kitchen at home. We all have kitchen at home, right? We bring groceries from the market, supermarket. Do we consume just like that? I have rice at home, dal at home, tamarind at home, everything. I have everything. But can I consume it just like that? They are not palatable. Fine. So to make it palatable, we need kitchen. We process the food, we heat certain things, we freeze certain things, and we make a nice meal and take it. Fine. Likewise, when these nutrients enter into the cells, they cannot directly come. They come in the form of sugar, fat, and protein. These are broken down further in mitochondria. Like protein becomes amino acids, fat is divided into cholesterol and good fat and bad fat, sugar into glucose. All this happens inside mitochondria. So there is a basic component present in every cell of our body, and it is required to release energy. This mitochondria releases energy. They are very supportive to release the energy. And the challenge here is, from here only you will understand the challenge. Till then, there's no challenge. If people say, I eat good food, I don't see any problem in my food. I take good amount of water. My calorie is also well calculated. I get a good digestion. Then where is the problem? You immediately think, okay, everything is going fine. Then where is the problem? So the problem could be even the job of mitochondria, one, or there are certain enzymes which supports our body for proper digestion and assimilation of energy, which is not happening. And one such is coenzyme Q10. This is a coenzyme. Enzyme, when it releases, it brings one more enzyme, which is called coenzyme. This is called ubiquinone coenzyme Q10. So it has a very big role in our body when it comes to energy. So see how slowly we have come to supplements. Otherwise, how would our approach be? Directly, if somebody says, I am not feeling energetic, immediately think of supplement. We would not even think of coenzyme Q10, I tell you. You know what we will think of? Protein, daily omega-3. First give that and then come to the rest. No, solution-based approach is always hit the problem directly. Don't go roundabout. Of course, I don't say protein is not important, daily is not important, omega is not important. I can justify how these three are very important for energy. I can still justify with my knowledge, whatever experience I have. I can justify, but that is not the case here. Here, you are a specialist. Fine. So when you are a specialist, you should think of that level rather than going from the base. Fine. So here comes the supplement. Coenzyme Q10 is the first supplement that we can think of when it comes to energy loss, and it acts as a catalyst in the release of energy. What does coenzyme Q10 does? It acts as a catalyst. So in the release of energy, without coenzyme Q10, our cells cannot release the necessary energy that we need. Fine. What is the problem in releasing the energy? Every cells in our body, particularly in the organs, have energy, and they release the energy for that organ at least to work properly. All the organs functioning properly make our body to work properly. This is how it is. But as we grow older and older, my dear friends, the level of coenzyme in particular organ will start reducing. Okay, say example, I'm just giving you a vague example. Say about 45 to 50, you will see the coenzyme levels in our kidney would be about 53%. In our lungs would be about 65, 70%. In our heart would be about 50%. So it reduces. Why it reduces? Because we are aging. We are aging. Okay, that's the only reason. There's no other reason. So when this reduces, the job of these cells in that organ is to ensure that organ gets full energy. How will it get full energy when the cells cannot release energy? That is where the problem is. So how are we going to tackle this? We will ensure this coenzyme Q10 is given to the body in addition so that the mitochondria, so coenzyme Q10 is very responsible along with mitochondria to give that energy to the cells. So mitochondria will get this coenzyme from external source and support the cells with good amount of energy. Say, I'll put it even more simpler. Say you have about 10 people, for dinner today, but unfortunately the food that you have prepared is only, it can be consumed by 6 people. 4 people have to starve. You don't want them to starve. You can divide the food and give to everybody. So everybody will get only lesser amount. They'll not be happy. There's a level that everybody should consume. So that cannot be satisfied. So immediately, what do you think? It's not a bad idea to go to the restaurant nearby and buy food for 4 people and ensure that all of them take the quantity that they require, right? Exactly, we are doing the same thing, my dear friends. When our body doesn't have coenzyme to support all the organs to give necessary energy, we are trying to supplement it so that our body gets all the energy, all the coenzyme Q10 to support the energy levels within the cells, and mitochondria will be happy to support that particular organ at least wherever it is, so that all the organs function properly. So this is a very important supplement. It's a very potent antioxidant. It neutralizes free radical damage. It supports energy production to a greater extent. As I told you, it is one enzyme very important in mitochondria to support energy release. So it helps cells to produce energy, and very important for healthy heart. We have been talking about this in the heart sessions these days, but now we should also think it is going to support all the other organs also, not only heart. Heart is very important, but at the same time, other organs are also important. And the product also contains citrus bioflavonoid, and the basic ingredient of it is said rosemary extract, and it has citrus bioflavonoid, and it comes in a capsule. It's gelatin. So that's why this red symbol. Otherwise, the ingredient inside is all organic, vegetarian in nature. So can be consumed by anybody. And 4 per day is what normally Nutrilite recommends. But even 1 or 2 will also do some big magic in our body. And solution-based session, my dear friends, I would request each of you to attend the basic sessions, because we may not have time to cover on the features, benefits, ingredients, all that in this session. So I assume that you know everything about coenzyme Q10. I only appraise you, or I only give the information on how it can support energy, or how it can support IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, or how it can support diabetic. When I talk about those subjects, fine. So that's how it is. So when you come for solution-based session, you or your downlines, please ensure that they attend the basic session, that they have full knowledge about the basic products, about the features, benefits, how to consume, when to consume, how many to consume, contraindication, everything they know about the supplement, so that we can talk about this alone here. Fine. So that was a supplement that we spoke about first for energy and strength. And now coming on to the second one. Here again, people say, I think, even there, I don't see any problem. My energy levels are not very stable. They are there, but not very stable. Meaning, one day I feel very energetic, one day I don't see that energy. And a very important reason for that would be, my dear friends, it's not only physical health. Believe me, it's not only physical health. Only if it is physical, it will never be like that. When the mental, stress is also added to that, that is when a person would see wavering energy levels. Right? So how to tackle that? That's the next question. So for that, we have a wonderful solution called Ginseng Cherry Plus. This contains Siberian ginseng. The body, helps to adapt the stress level because it is said today energy level drips when our body is fully stressed. With the stress, with anxiety, we cannot move further. We are stuck somewhere. Fine. So ginseng, Siberian ginseng there helps to support our stress levels, to adapt to the stress level, but still be focused, support vitality and improve endurance. Fine. That's the job of Siberian ginseng. And the difference here is there are many ginsengs available, Panax ginseng, Korean ginseng, many ginsengs available, but we have used Siberian ginseng where it is, at least 120 years old. Nutralite takes roots of those ginseng and we have used it here. So we get the best of the best. Siberian ginseng, there's nobody who can give better than this in the market. The additional benefit that we get is from ginkgo biloba. Though it is ginseng cherry plus, we also have ginkgo biloba in that, which can support mental sharpness. This ginkgo biloba can be called as the forefather of Brahmi. Whatever benefits you see in Brahmi, like that, at least, it is 10x of Brahmi, 10 times more of Brahmi. So that's what is ginkgo biloba for us. Mental sharpness. It contains Scizandra. Scizandra is used in rehabilitation centers even today. Smoke rehab, alcohol rehabilitation, smoke rehabilitation, those centers, because it is one very important component which can, make the cells unlearn and learn new things. So if you see, my dear friends, this little contra of ingredients here, Siberian ginseng is supportive. For that, you should understand the brain cells. Brain cells are those cells which can, transfer the energy, whatever they know, the memory that can be transferred to the next generation cells. Fine. So Siberian ginseng is capable of doing that. And Scizandra make them unlearn and learn new things. Fine. You can see a contra there, but the contra is very well, justified, where the Siberian ginseng is supported for stressful conditions. Only when your mind is stressful, it can still adapt without any memory loss. It can still adapt and improve your endurance and vitality. Fine. So Scizandra is known to enhance the cells as if they are newly born, and they reduce the fatigue and improve the physical performance of a person. So it also contains acerola cherry and vitamin C, which can support us from free radical damages, because free radical damage anywhere in the body is still fine. In the brain is difficult to cope up with. So this is one of the excellent supplements that are available to cope up with the stress levels and depression particularly. So somebody whose energy levels are low because of this, it can, ginseng cherry plus would be of amazing support there. One per day is more than sufficient, and always better to take it at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime, because it keeps the energy level sustained throughout the day. Fine. Yeah. So there are another set of people who might say, my energy levels are down because of food. What is wrong with the food there? I don't see food getting digested properly. So what? The bowel movement is not proper. So that way, I don't feel like eating at all. I don't feel like eating. So when I don't feel like eating, I, delay my food. And when the food is delayed, what happens? The major nutrients that has to go to the body will not go. And there comes the problem. So to cope up with that, we have amazing nutrients in the form of supplements. They're called micronutrients. So when it comes to energy, there are certain very important nutrients that supports energy. In fact, Vitamins are known to give us energy, both vitamins and minerals. They are essential for normal functioning of the body. They are required by the body in small quantities. That's why they are called micronutrients. They are also required during breakdown of carbohydrate, protein, and fat. They are very much required and they give us energy. They support us to be beautiful outside with skin, hair, and nail. And they also help in sustaining lifestyle metabolism that happens on day-to-day basis. Right? Yeah, when coming to vitamins, my dear friends, we all know it is organic component grouped into two categories. What are the two categories? The two categories are fat soluble and water soluble. What are fat soluble vitamins? A, D, E, K are fat soluble. Water soluble are B and C are water soluble. Fine. So fat soluble vitamins, at least, they need not be replenished immediately. They can get stored in the body in liver and fatty tissues and can be used for further future usage. But when it comes to water soluble vitamins, my dear friends, all B vitamins help to convert carbohydrate into glucose, and they are essential for breakdown of fat and protein. And only thing is they cannot be stored in the body. So it has to be replenished every single day. So your B and C vitamin has to be replenished every single day to be more energetic. So if you check with a person who say that I don't feel energetic throughout, my energy levels are like morning I'm energetic, afternoon I'm not, by evening I'm okay, by night I'm still not. Fine. So there could be variation within that day, which is due to food habit. So that way, our immediate recommendation could be on Nutrilite Natural B with yeast. This is such an amazing supplement. You might be wondering, when we talk about vitamins and minerals, why not daily? Why is Natural B with yeast? Because the ingredient that Natural B has, yeast as an ingredient, can immediately convert the food into energy. The process that it undergoes is comparatively faster than Nutrilite Daily. Fine. That is the reason we give you Natural B with yeast. And this is with all 7 nutrients, but for biotin, B1, B2, B6, B12, niacin, folic acid, pantothenic acid, all the 7 nutrients are there. And it is also with inositol, though inositol is not directly supportive for energy, it supports for many other things like PCOD, PCOS. But B vitamins are very essential to give that energy to the body. They support metabolism and they support energy production to our body. So it's daily requirement of B complex is very important. So 1 tablet once a day after a heavy meal could be of great support to cater to your B complex vitamins, all the B complex vitamins. But still, C is there and all the minerals are there. As a mineral, we all know there are 2 types of mineral. Whatever we see in Nutrilite Daily is all essential minerals. Otherwise, minerals can also be divided into macro minerals and micro minerals, or major minerals and trace minerals. And our body needs all these minerals on a regular basis. Only thing is, macro minerals you need in larger quantity, micro minerals or trace minerals you need in lesser quantity. So talking about macro minerals, sodium, calcium, phosphorus, potassium, chloride, magnesium, and sulfur, all these are very, very important on a regular basis. And talking about trace minerals, iron, selenium, zinc, copper, manganese, fluoride, and cobalt are some macro minerals. There are certain minerals that we don't take it, through supplements because you may need it in traces, number 1. Number 2, there are certain food in our regular basis which we can consume and get that nutrient. But the major ones, remember I told you essential minerals are covered very well with one amazing supplement called Nutrilite Daily. Amazing supplement. Fine. So this is a magical supplement with 13 essential vitamins and 11 minerals all in one supplement. And along with that, we have acerola cherry, carrot, parsley, spinach, watercress, and alfalfa. These are the ingredients from which we get all these 13 essential vitamins and 11 minerals. Beyond these 13 essential vitamins and minerals, we also get one important thing called phytonutrients. You know, phytonutrients which can support, free radical damage, in the sense it can control free radical damage. And free radical damage is also one important reason for less energy in the body. So that way it can support and give us more energy. And that is sufficient. You need not go for CFE, you need not go for multi-keratin as such. For this job, this is sufficient. They have different jobs to do in our body. Whatever phytonutrient daily has is more than sufficient to take care of your body from free radical damages. Apart from this, we also believe in two important herbs for energy that we have. One is ashwagandha and the other one is chavanprash. You know, so these are also important. As we know, ashwagandha, it's a very potent antioxidant. It has its own role to play in Ayurveda. So it's deemed as Rasayana in Ayurveda, supports vitality, it revitalizes the body, it boosts the body's functioning, and it also calms the nervous system and eases stress. Now you can think, already she has spoken about ginseng cherry plus, now ashwagandha, which one to take? For your information, my dear friends, ginseng cannot be considered or shouldn't be, to my experience, shouldn't be considered as a supplement which can be taken on a regular basis. Okay. Take ginseng for a certain period of time, 1 or 2 dabbas, and then get back to ashwagandha. It's always better to get back to ashwagandha. This is more of, Indian ginseng, lighter, and can be the energy levels that ashwagandha could give is more than sufficient for people in India, because our climatic condition supports us to be more energetic. So it is more than sufficient for us to be with good energy. Of course, ginseng is required to, recoup ourselves, revitalize ourselves, and that can be taken 1 or 2 dabbas and then get back to ashwagandha. And sometimes, at times, very rarely, low immunity can also cause less energy. So keeping the immune levels at par is very important to keep the energy levels sustained. So to support that, we give chavanprash, which can restore energy, preserve strength and stamina with regular usage. You know how to use it. For adults, it is 1 scoop twice daily, and for children, it is half a scoop twice daily. And this is one supplement which can promote vitality because it has 60 plus ingredients, out of which 32 are Ayurvedic ingredients, out of which 16 are organic in nature. Fine. So that way, it is one of the time-tested supplement that we have. And if you personally ask me, what is the best thing of 2021?